In this video, if you are a gym owner, I'm gonna walk through the 5 most basic metrics that you should be tracking inside of your business, no matter what. Now, if you're an advanced gym owner, this might seem very basic, but for those of you that are just starting out or wanna learn more about what you should be tracking inside of your business, this is for you. Because no matter what, we always need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. Now, why should you listen to me? My name is Cale Owen. I'm the CEO of Gym Launch, Prestige Labs, and gymowners.com. For the last 6 years, I've worked with thousands of gym owners to help them grow their business, to help them reach more people, change more lives, and build a wildly profitable business. And in this video, I wanna make sure that you walk away understanding how to create more clarity inside of your business by tracking the right data. So let's get started. The very first thing that you should be tracking inside of your business is pretty obvious. And for many of you, you're gonna be like, yeah, well, we might as well just call you Captain Obvious instead of Cale, because it is monthly revenue. What's interesting to me after working with literally thousands of gyms is that a lot of gym owners don't actually track their monthly revenue. They look at it maybe once in a while, they maybe look at it on a weekly basis and then forget for 2 or 3 weeks, or they don't even look and review in the previous month. But why do I wanna track my monthly revenue? Well, the reason I wanna do it is it's just a quick snapshot of the value that my gym provides in the marketplace. It gives me a quick snapshot of the health of my business. And as I track it month over month over month, it allows me to see whether my business is actually growing or decreasing. Because if I have a good month and I'm going up and I add more members, or maybe I collect more cash that month, well, that's good, I'm moving up. But if the next month it drops by $10,000, well, what happened? Did I lose members? Did I get less leads? This is a really good, in a way, lagging indicator of the health of your business. And so this is the first thing that whenever I value a gym and do a valuation on it, the first thing we always look at is, okay, what's revenue? We need to look at this and understand, is this a business that's actually worth anything, all right? Now, tracking this is required. Every single person should do that because this is all the inflow. This is all the money that you're making. And this is top line. This could be everything from your service revenue to your product sales, apparel, everything. So track this every single month, no matter what. The second one is gonna be your expenses. This one, everyone's probably gonna be like, well, yeah, obviously I should do it. But do you actually do it? Because I can tell you this, when I had my gym early on, I didn't. I was just caring about monthly revenue and members. I just want to know, is my top line growing month over month? And it wasn't until I kept growing and was having record months inside of my gym, and I realized and looked at my bank account, my own personal bank account, that I wasn't taking any more money home, that I realized, you know what? I actually need to start looking at my expenses. Because a lot of people think that they can outspend or outgrow their expenses, meaning that I can just make more revenue and I'll be just fine. But what everyone forgets is that those habits that you create early on are the same habits that you're gonna continue to have as you grow. I don't know about you, but as a gym owner, my whole goal was, besides changing more lives, was to actually create more freedom, financial freedom and time freedom for my family and for myself. And that's really a lot of the gym owners that we work with. So we have to be tracking expenses. Now, how do we do that? Well, you need to be taking every single month a review of the past month. All you need is your credit card statements, your bank statements, and just look at, where did my money go? And if you want a detailed training on this, we have this inside of our free school group here with Gym Launch. We have a free school group, and in there we actually give you an entire expense audit training. It's a simple document that walks you through exactly how to gather the data on your expenses, how to categorize it into strategic, non-strategic, as well as fixed and non-fixed costs, and understand which ones can I cut, which ones shouldn't I cut? Because a lot of times when you get into this and you're looking at your expenses and they're all out of whack, the first thought is, I'm just gonna wholesale cut everything. But then you realize, wait, I probably shouldn't have cut that. I probably shouldn't have cut that. Oh shoot, I really needed that subscription or that service. And so it's really important to just look at what you have and categorize it to, do I actually need this expense or not? All right, so if you click the link down in the description, you can join the free group. It is for gym owners only. Personal trainers, I love you. Business coaches, I love you, but this is just for gym owners. So if you're a gym owner and you wanna learn more about that, you can go right here. All right, so we have our inflow and we have our outflow. This is mandatory. You have to track this every single month, all right? The next one is gonna be my opportunities, which are leads. How many new opportunities for new members am I getting every single month? This tells me what's my potential for growth in my market and with the channels that I'm using. Now, it's really important on this one to understand what actually is a lead. So there's kind of 2 variations when we think about leads. You have a lead that raises their hand and gives you permission by opting in to give you their information. And that would be, think of as like a warmer lead. Not hot, because we're not sure, but it's a warmer lead. And then you have what I would deem as cold leads, which would just be, you have their contact information via being friends with them on Facebook, You follow each other on Instagram or other social platforms, or maybe they follow your business account and you have their contact information via DMs, but that's more of a cold lead. Either way, they're both leads. But when it comes to tracking your leads, you don't have to track your followers and you don't have to track your friends and all that stuff. What you really want to do is, what's the number of inbound leads that I'm getting? Inbound via paid, or they could call in, or they could fill out a contact form on your website. They could DM you, they could walk in. How many of those did I get and where did they come from? And so I want to be tracking my leads. Now, the advanced way is what I just mentioned. Where did they come from? If you want to do that, do it. You'll love that and it'll help you make better decisions. But at least track all your leads. One thing I do want to talk about right here. If you're watching this and you get a lot of walk-ins, one of the things that I've noticed with health clubs specifically, but any gym that gets a lot of walk-ins, they only really track their walk-in sales. They don't actually track their walk-in opportunities. Start tracking your walk-in opportunities, because what's going to be crazy is maybe you do close a ton of them. Maybe you get 100 walk-ins a month and you close 90 of them. Great. Well, what if you got 200 walk-ins and you only close 50 of them? And you're like, well, I added 50 new members this month. Great, but you're also missing out on 150 of them. So every time someone walks in for more information, or they walk in off the street wanting to know what you do and they want to learn more about your business, make sure you grab their first name, last name, email address, and phone number. Put them in your CRM, track them, and that way you can know how many actual total leads you're getting every single month. All right, so that's leads. The next one is going to be new sales. So how many new members did I add? That's it. It's just new member count, new sales. This is the number I'm trying to figure out. Is my business growing? Am I acquiring more members? Am I getting people to come in from these leads and convert into paying members? Because my business needs to grow, because we're in the business of changing lives and our goal is to do that. And if we're not adding new lives into our business every single month, then we have less people to try to change. And this is the goal, right? We make more money and we change more lives. This has to be tracked. No matter what. Worst case scenario, do it on a monthly basis. What I'd suggest is do it on a weekly basis. Understand every single week, how many did I close out of how many leads that I got, or how many scheduled appointments. Track those so you understand how my business is growing. And then the last one is the one that I think most gym owners really struggle with. I know I did when I first started, and that is churn, which is simply how many of your members are leaving your business every single month. Now, the question I get a lot is like, how do I track my churn? It's actually very simple. So what you do is you take the number of active paying clients that you have at the first of any month. So you start with that. So let's say you have 100 clients at the first of the month. You take that number, remember that because you already have data on that. And then all you do at the end of the month is you look out of those 100, how many are no longer active paying clients with you? So they left. So that would be, let's say it's 10. I have 10 that left. Well, I can divide 10 into 100, which gives me a 10% churn. And you can track this over time. So month over month over month, and you start to get averages of what your average churn is. And let's say it's 10%. Well, here's the deal. If I know this, and I know on average, I'm at 100 members and I lose 10 every single month on average, well, guess what? In order for me to grow, I have to sell at least 11 people every single month in order to grow. Now, I'm not going to grow fast, but I have to sell at least 11 people. And then I'll be growing a little bit more, and then a little bit more. I'll be 101 the next month, right? But at the end of the day, what happens is you get to basically a hypothetical max, where if your number of sales that you have, along with your churn, if those just get to an equal point, aka if I only close 10 people every month and I'm losing 10, guess what? I'm never growing past 100. I'm just staying in the same spot. So I either have to increase how many people I sell, or I have to decrease how many people churn. But I would never know this. I'd be banging my head against the wall wondering, why is my gym not growing? Why am I not making more money? If I didn't track it. If I didn't track these metrics, I would have no idea. And this, unfortunately, is where I was at when I first started my gym. This is where a lot of gym owners are at. I just need more leads, or I just need more sales, or I just need more cash. Well, that might be true, but there's probably other things going on inside of your business that are really important. So if you're a gym owner, please, 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 please make sure at least you are tracking these 5 metrics, and track them religiously. Just understand what's coming into the business in revenue. What are my expenses? So what's my outflow? How many opportunities do I have every single month to grow my business? How many of those opportunities am I capitalizing on? So how many new members am I bringing in? Lives changed. And then how many are leaving? And so tracking these will give you clarity and understanding of your business. And then get curious. As you start to look at your numbers, be like, interesting. I wonder why our revenue dropped by $5,000, right? I wonder why. And then start looking, did we get less leads? Did we get a lower close rate? Did we have high churn? What's the issue? Or maybe your profits, like, man, it's weird. I thought I made more sales this month, but for some reason I took home less money. Well, look at your expenses. Did I spend money on equipment? Did I go out and throw a party for members? Did I sign up for a new subscription? Like, what was the reason? Knowing this data though gives you that insight and that clarity to make better decisions and take decisive action. So start tracking these if you're not. And for those of you that want a little bit more advanced version, I got another video coming where I'll walk through 5 metrics that every gym owner should be tracking, but most don't, and I'll break it down. However, if you want to learn more about this stuff and you want to learn more about how to make more money and get more members inside of your gym, down below we have a school link. So a link to our school group. You can join that. It's a free group just for gym owners. Go in there. We have free trainings. It's a community of just gym owners. You can go in, and all the trainings that we put together are everything around how to help you be able to get more members and make more money in your business. So no matter what, just always remember, gym owners rule.